Hello everyone, today I'll be documenting my travels across the north coast of Wales, riding on one of Transport for Wales's newest trains, seeing how this national operator compares to others, and exploring my less than great experience.
I just really hope that I get a seat.
So, let's go! For the route, I'll only be riding a section of the journey, from Conwy to Chester, as the 2-car DMU's full trip was Holyhead to Cardiff, taking around 5 hours. Surprising, to say the least. Conwy station itself is very basic, but does its job well. It has 2 short platforms and is quite close to the castle. Here's our train, one of Transport for Wales's 51 2-car Class 197 diesel multiple units. They're some of the newest in Wales, being introduced at the end of 2022, after being manufactured by the well-known CAF. There are currently 77 and can be compared to the likes of the 195s. I'll give you more info later, but for now, let's get on the train and see what it's like. For the first time in my life, I step onto a Transport for Wales coach, spotting the plain grey and white colour scheme with a few accents of red. We quickly depart and are soon passing by Conwy Castle. It dates all the way back to 1283, when it was built for King Edward I. It's a very famous historical landmark and tourist attraction in the area, as most of it is still intact. The darkness that we've just plunged into is in fact not a tunnel. Instead, we're inside Point Rheilffordd Conwy, opened in 1846 and designed by the Robert Stevenson. It is the only surviving wrought iron box girder bridge, is topped off by 2 castle-looking facades and crosses the River Conwy. And right over there is our next station, Llandudno Junction. We reached Llandudno Junction, the town named after the railway station. Being a junction, 2 shorter lines break off from here, to Llandudno and Blaenau Festiniog. So we're waiting in the station. And then we're still waiting. Then we hear an announcement.
A broken down train, or potentially a broken down train at Abergele. So for the time being, this train will not depart until we get further information. Once again, I'm going to say, once I get any further information, I will make you aware.
Well, we might as well check out the seats while we're waiting. I do like the addition of the carpets as it makes the train feel a bit newer, but I have to admit they were a bit dirty on this ride. As for the seats, small armrests can be found. The seatback table has 3 grooves for holding things and can be extended to fit a laptop. There is also a socket in front of you and 2 USB ports. These worked, while the ones at the table seat I sat at did not. I was expecting something Northern Rail level from the seats, and these are a bit better I guess. The leather-like headrest is a nice touch, but the entire design is not all that ergonomic, though there's some decent padding. I can say that I would not like to be sitting here for 5 hours. Right now, I'm walking down to the second coach. This is the wheelchair accessible one, with the toilet. And as bad luck would have it, the toilet is also out of service. Typical.
We still are in the same situation, we're just waiting. Once again, I'd like to apologise again for this delay. I know people will be delayed. Obviously, a further update, I will pass that. So this train is out.
And with that, we are finally leaving. As you can see, there's an Avanti Super Voyager in the station. After stopping up by Corwin, we finally get some seaside views. Something actually positive I have to say about my experience is that the Wi-Fi was pretty good, so thumbs up. I think the best comparison for Transport for Wales would probably be ScotRail, as it's the other national operator of a great British country. But sadly I've not ridden with them for many years, so I think a more reasonable comparison would be Northern Rail. I've ridden with them hundreds of times over my life, and it is not often that I experience a broken down train. It's also this point in the journey that I have to withdraw my statement about the Wi-Fi, because now
the Wi-Fi stopped working.
nor do I experience charger problems with Northern, and very rarely broken toilets. But we all know that Transport for Wales wins for seats. I'm convinced Northerns give the same experience as the seats in a 00 gauge coach. But perhaps this isn't a fair representation of TFW. Let me know if the 158s, 153s or 175s are better than their replacement, the 197.
What do you think about your first journey with Transport for Wales? It's actually quite nice. It's better than I expected. The seats are comfier. They have USB. No buffet car. It was lucky of us to get a 4-seater to stop at the station. That's the freight train I saw earlier. Quite nice interior. Better than the standard trains that go on to Leeds. From this, hey, why is there a boat over there? It is quite dirty. Keep being distracted. Look at that boat. For a second. Oh my god.
The ship's name is the Duke of Lancaster, if you're wondering.
Check out that boat. We probably didn't see it because we were what's probably happening at sea.
Well, it's a lot cleaner than the last train I rode, which is a cattle truck going down through Louisiana, USA, in the summer of '67.
That's pathetic. Also, we're not there. Oh yeah. Whoa, look at that bridge. Whoa. Look at that bridge. That's insane.
It's that bridge in Paris.
Huh?
Not the bridge that's insane, it's the one in Paris.
Oh yeah.
I said it's an insane bridge, it's
Oh,
in Paris.
The owl. Oh, there's Shotton. Oh, where's Puddington?
The disused line speeding past at 4 times speed is, I believe, the track to the long-gone Sandycroft station. Leave a comment if you have any info about it. And now we begin our approach to Chester. Situated here at the end of the North Coast Main Line, there is also a CAF depot, one of the homes of the 197s. If you look closely, you can see a Merseyrail train on its way back to Liverpool. As you can tell from this footage, I am very focused on filming the sheds. If only I had known that there was something much more special hiding in Chester Yards. That day, on one of the north sidings, there sat Lorem Rail Class 37 number 418, pushing number 975025 Caroline, the manager's saloon, a very famous unit among push-pull fans. It has been ridden by multiple members of the royal family, and even the Pope. Not at the same time, of course. And Caroline also operated the first ever standard gauge passenger service under the Channel Tunnel. So yeah, a pretty cool coach. Why don't you just go look her up? Because now we've arrived.
I thought it was going to Cardiff, but it's at a stop. Oh no. Oh.
So, that was my first ever trip with Transport for Wales. This video was honestly a bit experimental, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.